So what's another thing we use the LA3 on? Let's try some other rhythm guitars. What that did is that took the dynamic, even though distorted guitars have basically zero dynamic, what it does is it adds the tone from the LA3, which adds its own frequency curve, and actually just pushes it more in your face. Even though it might be just sitting at zero level-wise, it pushes it into your face more by driving more compression in it. Now, if we listen to the track without the compressor, let's just play that little piece again. What I noticed is different, aside from maybe the level, you know, when you pop a plug in and pop it out, you're going to have a little bit of a level change. But what I noticed is the tone. By using the LA3, the tone gets creamier, and because sometimes a high guitar that's distorted will feel like, you know, like a bee buzzing around your head. You're like, oh my God, I can't handle that. It's just too bitey. But it makes it sound creamy for me, which means it's clear, but it can take up space without biting. So let's just listen to that guitar riff back in the track with the LA3 on it. So what I find right there is that what the compressor does by adding some creaminess to it is it found its little niche. It found its spot in the song. And the real key to all these plugins is that when you add them up and pile them up, you notice that everything starts to have its own space. And a very important part about mixing is to be able to create space for other instruments. And the great thing about the classic compressors is that each one of them has a texture and a tone that will give it space in the mix. So if you used it on every single instrument, you could actually create more space for more instruments, especially in today's music. People are trying to carve in more guitars, more riffs, more vocals, and their biggest problem is, wow, where am I going to find space for all this? Well, this is actually like the Magic Space Maker, because it controls the dynamics and gives it a place to go. Everyone with a Pro Tools rig that wants to try out compression, this is the best compressors to start with, because they are literally copying the first greatest compressors ever made. The compression that started the whole compression thing were basically these three: 2A, 3A, 1176, designed by Bill Putnam. Aside from Abbey Road, custom building compressors for the Beatles and the Fairchild, and a few esoteric ones, I mean, the tool that's been in every studio, every recording studio since they began, has been these three. So it's really, I mean, if you really look at it, and it's not me saying, hey, let's use the CLA stuff. How about it? These are the tools that you should have to try out. And this is what I think are the best emulations of these classic tools.
You know I'll always be here for you, no matter what we buy.